What's up, y'all? It's Nate Almighty, and I'm here with a Raising Kanan video after watching episode 1 of season 3. Let's start with a breakdown / theory for Lulu, okay? And let's talk about the descending mental state of Lulu, okay? Now I got some notes. Let's talk about the deteriorating mind state of Lulu and how he pretty much is starting the season off as an alcoholic. Okay, so Lulu's mental state is getting worse and worse, and he'll likely be gone before Marvin. Now, Lulu had been smoking cigarettes ever since he had to kill D-Wiz. He basically been done with the game ever since. The person who Lulu is when he's introduced the very first episode of season 1 to the person who Lulu is now at the end of episode 1 of season 3, sitting down distressed, depressed, pressed, holding that Jack Daniels in his hand. He's a shell of himself. The streets is eating him alive. His guilt got to him. He feels real grief and pain and regret for killing D-Wiz, even though he knew it was for the greater good as far as protecting him and his. And definitely for the death of Scrappy. He's smoking a cigarette while talking to the cops and keeping up with the alibi orders given to him by Raquel. Now, even though Lulu is stressed out, he still sticks with the plan and rides for home team. Why? Because that's Lulu. Regardless of what's going on with Lulu, Lulu is going to do and say whatever he has to do and say in order to protect his family, right? His bloodline. Next, after that, he's seen looking visibly stressed while staring at the blood stain that Zisa left on the carpet of the Bulletproof Records studio. Okay? If you go back to that scene and you just look at his face, you can tell, he's just done. He's done. He's tired of people dying because of him. People dying, more importantly, because of Rock, right? And how, the chips are falling and how there's this constant domino effect, right? Next, by this point, all the stress and personal trauma from D-Wiz, Zisa, and Scrappy weighs heavy on him, while he's visibly very drunk and upset at the fact that Rock could tell him he can't leave the game, but then decides herself to leave the game. His tolerance of Raquel is wearing thin, and his animosity and rage towards Raquel is growing by the second. You can tell that this man's tolerance for Raquel is decreasing by the stress you see in his face, by how much alcohol he's drinking, by everything he's saying about Raquel while he's talking to Marvin. And yes, it's true. A drunk heart speaks a sober mind. So Lulu is venting to Marvin, saying everything that he's saying, right? Meanwhile, Marvin just trying to keep the peace. He's not looking at it as that serious, right? But you better believe when it comes out that Raquel snitched on Marvin and had him put to jail, he gonna be on that F Raquel hate train as well. But moving on. Currently, the only person who shares the same pain and resentment with Raquel is his nephew Kanan, whom he finally admits he was the one who put D-Wiz down. Now, I speculated that possibly Kanan was gonna resent Lulu, right, for killing D-Wiz. But when you look at the details of the situation, no one can relate to Kanan more than Lulu. They need each other right now. Their bond we might see build over the course of season 3, right? The thing about this anger and resentment that Lulu has towards Raquel is there may be a chance Lulu decides the only way to get away from Rock is by killing her. The question is, what is his next move? Now, there was a preview of Lulu getting right in his apartment, I guess, dealing with the music. So clearly he's still going to be dealing with the music. But here's the thing, right? He's somebody who wanted out of the game in season 1. Then you get to the last episode of season 2, and Raquel's like, I own you, nigga. Right? What is going to happen between Lulu and Raquel? They're still going to need each other. They're still brother and sister. And also, when you get the OG power and you have Kanan talking to Tariq, he says, hey, me, your dad, Tommy, we sold work for my uncles. So here's the question when we think about what's going to happen with Raquel, Marvin, and Lulu. Now, if the writers want to keep the continuity between what Kanan said in the OG Power, and they want to show us that and display that in season 3 or season 4 or season 5 or whatever, then that indicates the first thing is that Raquel will be gone from the storyline. So whether she changed her name and ran away, whether she went to jail, whether she died, right? There's a very good chance that Raquel will be gone before we get to see that, right? Also, here's another thing, right? Lulu and Marvin, there's a chance that Lulu could be a raging alcoholic and still have work. He could still be, in control of Kanan and Ghost and Tommy for a little while and still be a drunk, right? Until he dies or goes to jail or whatever. There's a chance that he'll be an alcoholic and Marvin may be on drugs again by this point. But they're showing you right now, Lulu's drinking and smoking has gone to another level after the death of Scrappy and after Ziza and after the stress of just dealing with Rock. So if Lulu's drinking, it'll be easier for him to make mistakes. You see, in my opinion, he's the best shooter on the show. I only seen him miss, one time? And the one time he missed, Warrell? Even Unique, who was his enemy, who respected Lulu gun game, said, how was Warrell alive? And then Rock questions it later on too, and then Lulu hints that he would have killed Warrell if he really wanted to kill Warrell. Lulu may miss an opportunity to save a loved one or protect a loved one because he's gonna be drunk and messing around and all that. But that's my summary of what's going on with Lulu. Y'all let me know what y'all think. What you thought about Lulu's character progression in episode 1 of season 3. Let me know what y'all think. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Always thank you for showing me your support in the videos. Peace.